They say a man loses his strength slowly, first in his legs, then in his arms, and finally, in his confidence. But what if I told you that for millions of men over the age of 60, the first true warning sign of declining health isn't grey hair, joint pain, or memory loss? It's when things down there stop feeling the way they used to. That dull pressure, the tightness in your groin, that strange feeling like something just isn't responding the way it should. It's not just in your head, it's your circulation. And if you ignore it, it doesn't just steal your performance, it slowly starves your manhood from the inside out. Hi, I'm Dr. Gold Cummins, a men's health advisor with over 13 years of experience helping older men restore energy, rebuild confidence, and regain the strength they thought they had lost, naturally. And today, I want to share something most men never hear from their doctors. Because what if I told you the key to reigniting blood flow, energy, and vitality isn't in a pill, a surgery, or an injection? It's already sitting in your refrigerator. In this video, I'll reveal the top 3 scientifically supported foods that help restore circulation down there. Foods that reduce that deep groin tightness, improve energy and stamina, and bring back the kind of confidence you haven't felt in years. And one of these foods, it works so fast, you might feel the difference before the week is even over. But first, if you're a man over 60 who's tired of relying on pills or just waiting it out, make sure you hit that subscribe button and tap the bell icon, because I'm going to give you real tools, not just empty advice. And if this message already speaks to you, drop a 1 in the comments. If it doesn't, type 0 and tell me how I can better serve you. Let's dive into the first food that could dramatically improve how blood flows to the most important part of your body. I'll admit it, when I first began researching natural ways to support male vitality after 60, I didn't expect much from a fruit, especially not one like pomegranate, a sweet, seedy snack most of us associate with juice boxes or salad toppings. But what I discovered completely changed the way I think about blood flow, erectile health, and energy in aging men. Pomegranate isn't just a fruit, it's a powerful science-backed circulatory enhancer that directly targets the very blood vessels responsible for energy and performance, especially in the pelvic region. Let me explain. Pomegranate is rich in polyphenols, powerful plant compounds that have been shown in clinical studies to increase nitric oxide production in the body. Nitric oxide is the molecule responsible for relaxing and dilating blood vessels, including those that supply blood to the penis and surrounding tissue. When you're young, your body produces nitric oxide easily. Blood flows freely, arousal is consistent, and energy levels stay strong. But after 60, nitric oxide production starts to drop, and so does your performance. That's when you start to notice things like uncomfortable groin tightness during intimacy, a delay in arousal or firmness, fatigue after mild activity, a sense that your energy is trapped or sluggish. And that's where pomegranate comes in. It doesn't force anything like a pill does. Instead, it gently nourishes your vascular system, helping the blood vessels expand naturally so blood can reach all the places it needs to, without pressure, cramping, or discomfort. One study published in Clinical Nutrition found that men who drank a glass of pomegranate juice daily for just 14 days saw significant improvements in their nitric oxide levels, circulation, and even sexual satisfaction. And this isn't just theory. A patient of mine, 67 years old, came to me frustrated with how inconsistent things had become in the bedroom. I suggested something simple: 1 small glass of unsweetened pomegranate juice each morning, or adding pomegranate seeds to his salad or oatmeal daily. Within 2 weeks, he reported not only firmer erections, but an overall lightness and confidence he hadn't felt in years. No pills, no procedures, just fruit. So if you're looking to restore your strength from the inside out, start with something as simple and powerful as pomegranate. It may not look like much, but what it does for your blood flow could change everything. And if you think that's surprising, wait until you hear about the next food. It's something you probably already eat, but not the part that holds the secret to natural, almost drug-like performance support. For most of my career, I dismissed watermelon as nothing more than a sweet, hydrating summer treat. Something you sliced, enjoyed, and tossed away, especially the white part near the rind. But then I started paying attention to newer research, and what I found shocked me. The most powerful part of the watermelon isn't the red, it's the white. That white rind? It's loaded with a naturally occurring compound called citrulline. Now, citrulline is a vasodilator, which is just a fancy term for something that helps open up your blood vessels, especially the narrow, aging vessels in the groin and pelvic area. Here's what's important. As men get older, the blood vessels in this region tighten and harden, often without any noticeable warning. This is why many men over 60 report a feeling of groin pressure that builds during arousal, less sensitivity, firmness that comes and goes, and in some cases a strange tension or dull pain they can't quite explain. It's not in your head, it's your blood flow. Your body is trying, but the vessels won't open wide enough for blood to move freely. Citrulline helps solve that. It relaxes the smooth muscles around those vessels and allows them to widen gently, giving your body a chance to send blood where it needs to go without resistance. A 2011 study published in Urology found that citrulline supplementation helped improve erection hardness in men with mild erectile dysfunction without any pharmaceutical support. But here's the best part. You don't need a supplement. You just need the white rind of a watermelon, the part most people throw in the trash. I had a 70-year-old client named Rahim who told me, "Doctor, I feel like everything still works, but there's just this tension, like something's stuck." I suggested he try blending the red and white parts of a watermelon, yes, even the rind, into a morning smoothie for 7 days. After just 1 week, he reported stronger morning erections, better sensation, and most importantly, that nagging tightness in his groin? Completely gone. That's the power of natural circulation support. Not forced, not faked, just unlocked. So next time you enjoy a slice of watermelon, remember, don't throw away the part that could change your life. But we're not done yet. There's one more food, small, often overlooked, that contains the exact minerals and amino acids your penis relies on to function properly, and without it, the whole system can slowly start breaking down. If there's one food I wish every man over 60 added to his daily routine, it's pumpkin seeds. Now I know what you might be thinking. Pumpkin seeds, aren't those just leftover scraps from Halloween? That's exactly what I used to think too, until I started digging into the nutritional research. And what I found made me realize these tiny, often discarded seeds are actually a circulation powerhouse, especially when it comes to restoring blood flow, energy, and male performance. Here's why. Pumpkin seeds are rich in 3 essential nutrients that are directly tied to your ability to get and stay hard. 1. Magnesium. 2. Zinc. 3. Arginine. Let's break those down, because together they form the foundation of what I call natural erection support. Magnesium relaxes the muscles that surround your blood vessels. That means instead of staying tight and constricted, your vessels soften and expand, allowing blood to flow more freely, especially into the lower pelvic region. This reduces that uncomfortable tight cramp sensation many men feel during arousal, a symptom I call penile vascular tension. It's not exactly pain, but it's distracting, and it can make intimacy feel like effort instead of pleasure. Zinc is the core mineral behind testosterone production, and as every man knows, testosterone is what drives libido, energy, mood, and vitality. After 60, your zinc levels often plummet without you realizing it. That's when fatigue creeps in, motivation drops, and even though your mind wants to be intimate, your body doesn't respond the same way. Pumpkin seeds quietly rebuild that foundation. Just 1 tablespoon contains nearly 20% of your daily zinc needs. This amino acid is a precursor to nitric oxide, the same molecule we talked about with beets and pomegranates. More arginine means more nitric oxide, which means stronger blood flow, firmer erections, and better stamina. A retired Air Force veteran in his early 70s came to me feeling defeated, not because of lack of desire, but because of a strange pressure he felt during arousal. Like his body wanted to work but couldn't quite get there. I asked him to do one thing, Start eating a tablespoon of raw, unsalted pumpkin seeds every day. Toss them into oatmeal, add to a smoothie, or just chew them plain as a snack. 3 weeks later, he came back smiling. His words? "The pressure is gone. I'm waking up the way I used to. I feel like me again." That's the quiet power of minerals. No hype, no crash, just real support for real circulation. So if you're over 60 and looking for the missing link in your energy, performance and pleasure, don't overlook the smallest things. Sometimes those are the most powerful of all. And now that you've seen what each food can do on its own, wait until you see what happens when you combine all three. Beets, watermelon, pumpkin seeds, together they form a system that works better than anything individually. You might be wondering, okay, so each food helps on its own, but do I need to take all three? Here's the truth. It's one thing to eat something healthy now and then. It's another thing entirely when you combine the right foods, especially ones that target the same system from different angles. And that's exactly what happens when you bring beets or pomegranate, watermelon rind, and pumpkin seeds together into your daily routine. I call this combination the circulation trifecta, because together, these three foods create a synergistic effect that doesn't just support performance. It helps rebuild your system from the inside out. Let me explain how each one supports and amplifies the others. 1. Pomegranate. It acts as the ignition switch. By increasing nitric oxide levels, it starts the process of relaxing blood vessels and opening up blocked or narrowed areas, especially those that affect your performance during intimacy. 2. Watermelon rind. It's the vascular healer. Its citrulline content soothes the vessel walls, allowing them to stay open longer and reducing the silent spasms that so often interrupt blood flow in the pelvic region. It's like oiling the gears of a machine that's been stiff for too long. 3. Pumpkin seeds. They're the fuel. Without zinc, magnesium and arginine, your body can't produce the hormones or signaling molecules that actually make blood flow effective. Think of it like this. Pomegranate opens the gate. Watermelon smooths the road. Pumpkin seeds supply the engine with fuel to move forward. When you combine all three consistently, what happens is remarkable. Morning erections return. That tightness in your groin begins to fade. Sensitivity improves. You feel lighter, more awake, and more confident in your skin. And here's the best part. It's all natural. No prescription, no injections, no chemicals forcing your body to do what it's struggling with. Just supporting what's already inside you, waiting to work again. I've seen this simple three-food combo change the lives of men in their 60s, 70s, even early 80s. They thought they were too far gone. They thought this part of their life was over, but it wasn't. It was just sleeping, and all it needed was the right support to wake up again. So now that you know why these foods work so well together, you might be wondering, how do I actually use them every day? Do I need a complicated meal plan? Don't worry. I've put together a simple 7-day action plan that will show you exactly how to eat each of these foods at the right time, in the right way, no guesswork required. Now that you understand how these three powerful foods work together to restore circulation, support blood flow, and reignite your energy, the question becomes, how do you make this a daily habit? I've seen far too many men understand the why but get stuck on the how. They overcomplicate things, wait for the perfect time to start, or get overwhelmed by meal planning. That's why I created this simple, no-stress 7-day action plan. No expensive ingredients, no complicated prep, just pure, consistent nourishment, the kind your body has been waiting for. Follow this plan daily, and many men report feeling the difference in as little as 3 to 7 days. Morning empty stomach, pomegranate power up. Drink 1 small glass, around 5-7 ounces of unsweetened pomegranate juice, or eat half a cup of fresh pomegranate seeds. This will immediately begin increasing nitric oxide levels in your system, gently waking up your circulatory engine. It sets the tone for the rest of the day. Think of it as your body's natural ignition key. Mid-morning snack or smoothie, watermelon rind smoothie. Blend the red flesh and the white rind of fresh watermelon. Add a splash of lemon or mint if you like the flavor cool and fresh. This gives your blood vessels the citrulline boost they need to stay open and relaxed. It's like giving your arteries a gentle massage from the inside, keeping blood flowing smoothly into the pelvic region where it's needed most. Pro tip: you can freeze watermelon cubes and make a refreshing icy drink that doubles as a circulation tonic. Afternoon or evening snack: raw pumpkin seeds. Eat 1 tablespoon of raw, unsalted pumpkin seeds, shelled or unshelled. You can toss them in oatmeal, yogurt, or just eat them plain. These seeds quietly fuel your internal systems with zinc, magnesium, and arginine, the mineral triangle your body depends on for hormone balance, blood vessel flexibility, and nitric oxide synthesis. They don't work like a jolt of caffeine. They work like good, reliable fuel, steady, long-lasting, foundational, supportive habits to maximize results. Drink at least 6 to 8 glasses of water per day. Hydration is essential for healthy blood viscosity and flow. Take a short 10 to 15-minute walk daily to stimulate blood movement. Breathe deeply every morning for a minute. Oxygen boosts nitric oxide naturally. Stretch your hips and lower back gently. This improves pelvic circulation even more. And finally, start each day by reminding yourself of this. I'm not declining. I'm rebuilding. I'm not waiting for change. I'm choosing it. This is about more than food. It's about rhythm, intention, and reclaiming control over your health. You don't have to do it perfectly. You just have to show up consistently. Let your body do the rest. Now, food is the foundation. But before we wrap up, there's one more message I want to leave you with. Something deeper than science or supplements. It's about who you are and what it means to be a man in this next phase of life. There's one truth I wish every man over 60 could hear, not from a commercial, not from a doctor in a white coat, but from another man who understands. You are not broken. You are not too old. You have not missed your chance. I've sat across from hundreds of men who looked me in the eyes and quietly confessed what they were too embarrassed to tell anyone else. I don't feel like myself anymore. I'm losing interest. It's like I'm disappearing. As a man. Not because they lacked desire, not because they didn't love their partner, but because something inside them had gone quiet. A part of their identity, their energy, their spark, their vitality had slowly faded. And in its place, silence, tension, doubt, and that's the truth nobody talks about. When a man starts to lose his sexual strength, it's not just a physical loss, it's emotional. It's psychological. It feels like something sacred is slipping away. But here's what I want you to hear, loud and clear. That part of you is not gone. It's not broken. It's not dead. It's been starved. Starved of the right nutrients. Starved of blood flow. Starved of belief. Your manhood isn't waiting for a miracle drug. It's waiting for you to nourish it, move it, and give it permission to wake up again. I've seen men in their late 60s, 70s, even 80s come alive again. Not because they chased magic, but because they chose themselves, with simple food, gentle movement, and consistent care. You see, we've talked about beets and watermelon and pumpkin seeds, but really, this isn't about food, it's about you, deciding that this is not the end of the road, but the start of a new chapter. You, refusing to shrink just because the world tells you that aging is decline. You, believing that strength, pleasure, connection are not things of the past. They are still yours, right now, today, in this body. So before we close, I want you to hear this. Greater than you are still a man. You are still powerful, and you still deserve to feel alive, not just for a moment, but for the rest of your life. If this message touched something inside you, if it made you feel seen, hopeful, or even just curious, I'd love for you to do one thing. Leave a comment below. Type 1 if you're ready to try this. Type 0 if you're still unsure, and tell me what's holding you back. I read every single message, I really do, because your voice matters. And if you want more honest, real guidance like this, hit that subscribe button, turn on the bell, and join a community of men choosing strength, not silence. This journey isn't just about stronger blood flow, it's about stronger identity, and it begins now. If you've stayed with me this far, I want to thank you, not just for watching, but for choosing to be present with yourself. That alone speaks volumes about the kind of man you are. Let's take a moment to recap everything you've just learned, not as a list of foods, but as a blueprint for change. What you've learned today, you discovered how pomegranate isn't just a fruit, it's a natural booster of nitric oxide, helping your blood vessels open up and restore healthy flow exactly where it matters most. You saw how watermelon rind, something most people throw away, contains citrulline, a powerful vasodilator that calms and soothes your groin vessels, easing tightness and unlocking sensitivity. And you learned about pumpkin seeds, nature's most overlooked mineral mine, packed with magnesium, zinc, and arginine, giving your body the fuel it needs to support performance, energy, and consistency naturally. But more than all that, you've learned that your body is still on your side. It hasn't given up on you. It's just been waiting for support, waiting for rhythm, waiting for you to choose yourself again. What happens next? You've got the circulation trifecta, 3 foods that work together like a well-oiled system. You've got the 7-day plan, so there's no confusion about when or how to start. And now you've got the mindset, the emotional permission to step back into your strength without shame or silence. Because this isn't about turning back the clock. It's about moving forward with intention, clarity, and tools that actually work. Final words from me to you. No matter how many setbacks you've faced, no matter how many pills have disappointed you, no matter how long you've felt disconnected from your vitality, you are still capable of pleasure. You are still worthy of connection. You still have strength to reclaim. So don't just watch this video. Try the plan. Listen to your body. Show up for yourself. Not for a week, not for a night, but for the rest of your life. Because this isn't the end of the road. This is where it begins. If this message helped you even a little, please like the video to help other men find it. Subscribe so you never miss another guide designed just for you. And leave a comment. Even a few words can help another man feel less alone. And if you want more support, meal plans, circulation tips, or guided routines, check the description. I've left a free resource there just for you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for choosing to believe in yourself. Let's keep going together. Dr. Gold Cummins.